Ahoy mates, Captain Marrow here, shipwrecked as always, and today I'm doing a rum review for Jonah's Curse Black Spiced Rum. Obviously, this is not the first time that I've had a sip out of this bottle, and this is because last week I actually tried to record this video 3 separate times. Every time, well, I guess the first time I cracked this open for the first time ever, having never tried it, took a shot in front of you guys, tried it as part of a mixed drink, and then also tried it as on the rocks, just sipping it. Well, it turns out my mic wasn't working. After that, I thought I had it fixed, and I tried the rum for you again. And then that also didn't record correctly, so I tried it a third time, and again, it didn't record correctly. Anyways, it's been a week. I left enough now, so now that my mic is fixed, I can actually do a review on it for you, as if I've never had it. So, first off, Jonah's Curse Black Spiced Rum. Authentic Caribbean-style black rum with natural flavors and caramel color. 47%. Now, a lot of people compare this to Kraken. I've had Kraken. I've had a decent amount of Kraken. I don't hate it. If someone offers it to me, I will take some Kraken. But honestly, spiced rum is where it is for me. Black rum, not so much. And this is a black spiced rum. But people basically compare this to Kraken. People say that this is Kraken if Kraken was sweet. So if you don't like sweet rums and you like Kraken, you won't like this. If you tolerate Kraken but wish it was a bit more like spiced rum, you are going to like this more. So, onto the back of the bottle. Jonah's Curse is a bold, courageous, and adventurous black spiced rum, much like the sailors who claim it as their favorite libation. Jonah's Curse conjures the golden age of piracy, with its nose of sweet rum, vanilla, and mixed spices, flavors of cinnamon and clove spice, and heat followed by hints of rich chocolate, and a finish of sweet rum mixed with vanilla and clove. It's the finest black spiced rum on the 7 seas, or so the bottle claims. So obviously, I've totally never had this before, so let me go ahead and take a shot here in front of you, so I can tell what I think of it. And tip, 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 tip. Tip, tip, tip. Still got a little bit left. I have some ye old fruit punch Gatorade, much like pirates used to have as a chaser. Okay. So, my thoughts on it. I guess let's save that for just 1 second, because there is a little bit of history behind this. So it's called Jonah's Curse, and this is in direct reference to the biblical character of Jonah, who was tasked by God to go to a city and fix the problems that were happening there. Instead, Jonah chickened out, turned the ship around, went the opposite direction, and then afterwards, a series of bad luck befell the ship. Storms, just terrible storms, over and over and over. Eventually, the people on board assumed that it was Jonah's fault, and they threw him overboard. When they threw him overboard, he was eaten by a great fish, which today we now call a whale. As soon as they threw Jonah overboard, everything got better. So it eventually becomes part of sailor mythology that whenever enough bad luck befalls you, it is because of the Jonah on the crew. Now, the Jonah on board the ship could be, another crew member. It could be the ship's cat, unfortunately. It could be a piece of treasure that you got recently. It could be the woman that's tagging along. Any item or any person on board the ship could be the Jonah. Whenever a string of bad luck is assailing a ship, the sailor's superstition is that something on board is causing it. And by throwing it overboard and ridding yourself of it, you can end the string of bad luck. So, you know, having a string of bad luck, and you chuck Bob overboard. Well, the bad luck's continuing, so Bob wasn't the Jonah. Let's throw Jim overboard. The bad luck's still continuing, so okay, I guess it wasn't Bob, it wasn't Jim. Let's go ahead and throw Jack overboard. When Jack's thrown overboard, all of a sudden, smooth seas, all the mishaps are no longer continuing. So in the aftermath of, you know, throwing those three people overboard, they finally got the Jonah. It was Jack's fault. Jack was the person who was causing it. It sucks for Bob and Jim, and I guess also for Jack, but it was for the cause. And that's the whole thing behind Jonah's curse. Someone or something on board the ship is cursed and is the Jonah. So the last little bit of history tidbit about Jonah is also there is the Davy Jones locker, which is basically a sailor's version of hell that lies beneath the waves. It's the opposite of Fiddler's Green, which is kind of like a sailor's heaven. And Davy Jones' locker is ruled by Davy Jones, kind of like Sailor Satan, we're going to go ahead and say. But either way, his name, Davy Jones, his last name is actually a bastardization of Jonah. So this has a little bit of relevance in some sailor superstition between the actual biblical story of Jonah and Davy Jones. Now as for what I thought about this bottle's empty. I loved it. This is some of the best rum that I've ever had in my life. I love spiced rum, as I said earlier, not a big fan of dark rum, and this is the spiced rum version of Kraken. If you like Kraken and you also like spiced rum, this is better Kraken. If this is on the shelf and Kraken's right here next to it, get this bottle. Fuck Kraken. I love Kraken, but in comparison to this, no. Kraken is about $22, $20 for a 750 milliliter bottle, and this is the same exact price range. That being said, Kraken you can find everywhere, and if you like Kraken, then by all means get it. But if this is next to it, get this. This is the same price range. However, I have actually never seen this in a normal liquor store. I found this at Total Wine, and I specifically went there looking for it because other people in the pirate community suggested it, saying that they found it at Total Wine. If you have a Total Wine near you, they carry this. And this is the same price as Kraken. If you like spiced rum, like I said, get this. This is like a tastier version of Kraken. My girlfriend isn't huge into very strong rums, and despite the fact that and she hates Kraken, and this is 47%, same as Kraken, and she actually loves this as well. As a whole, totally worth your money. Get Jonah's Curse. This is great. You need some of this. Everyone needs some of this, especially now. The world is terrible. You need this. Thanks everyone for taking your time to listen to a topic so interesting to me, and hopefully it was of some interest to you. Go ahead, click the like button, subscribe, etc., etc. You know, all the typical shit that everyone says at the end of every video. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I have a page there, as well as I also admin a group, Hoist the Colors, if you're into stuff such as memes, a place to post links, etc., anything pirate. And if you're mostly just into the aesthetics of everything, I also run a Tumblr page under the name of Caribbean Piracy. Now, I'm going to see you next time, and remember, keep the black flag flying.